Are you thinking of working in the area of early childhood or going for studies in the area of early childhood care and education? Then this video is for you. Make sure you watch to the end. One thing I would like you to know is that working with young children from birth to 6, it is not an easy task, okay? So this is why you have to ponder on this before you take the bold step of working with young children or going for studies in the area of early childhood care and education, okay? And this is one thing I often say to my students every year when I have new students coming in. This is the first question I always ask them. Why do you want to work in childcare, or why do you want to work in the area of early childhood care and education? And I often see some of them will answer and say, oh, because I love children. And then I do tell them, hang on a second, it should be more than you love children. That is why you want to work in the area of early childhood care and education. I know it is important when you want to work in the area of early childhood care and education, or you want to go for studies in the area of early childhood care and education, that you should love children. But there are more to this, okay? So I'm just going to be giving you some of the tips that I feel it is necessary if you are a person that you are thinking of working with young children, or you want to go for studies in the area of early childhood care and education, okay? So as a doctoral researcher in the area of early childhood care and education, it is really important that if you're thinking to work with young children, or you're thinking to go for studies in the area of early childhood care and education, you need to have passion for the subject, okay? So when we look at it, it says early childhood care and education. And like I often say, okay, the period from birth to 6 years, it's a crucial period in the life of young children, because a lot of things that happens during this period from birth to 6 tend to shape or affect the child throughout their lifespan, okay? So that is why it is really important, if you are a person that you want to work in this area, or you want to study in this area with the hope of working with young children in the future, you need to have passion for the subject, okay? So what do I mean you need to have passion for the subject? Okay, we're talking about early childhood here, we're talking about young children, so you need to have passion for it. Is this something that interests you, or is it just, oh, because okay, I have my friends, they want to go and study in the area of early childhood, or because my parents have done the course in the past, that is why I'm going for it? No, it should be your passion. It should be something that you love to do, okay? So if it's not something that interests you, I will say to you, do not go for it, okay? So the first thing is, if you're thinking of studying in the area of early childhood care and education, or you are thinking of working in the area of early childhood care and education, you should have passion for it, okay? So we have to have passion for early childhood. And I've often seen some students, they did their level 5, they did their level 6 in early childhood care and education, and at some point they said, no, this is not for them. And I quite, I do appreciate those students that at least they recognize that, the area of early childhood is not for them. And this is one thing I used to say to people studying in the area of early childhood, it's not for everyone, okay? Because you're dealing with, you're dealing with young kids, especially from birth. Let's look at it from 6 months to the age of 6, okay? So these are the children that you are going to be looking after, or you're going to be caring for them, okay? So, and that's why I said it is really important that you have passion for the subject, okay? Have passion for the area of early childhood. So if you don't have passion for it, do not go for it, okay? Do not let people talk you through, okay, oh, early childhood, you can get a job there if you go for it. You should see beyond getting a job in relation to early childhood. So it should be your passion, it should be something that you love to do, okay? So that's the first point, okay? And the second point is, if you're thinking of working in the area of early childhood, or you're thinking of going for studies in the area of early childhood, you need to have enthusiasm, okay? So what do I mean by enthusiasm? you need to, you need to be interested, okay? You need to have the energy, you need to be eager for the subject area. This is very important, okay? Because if you look at it, you'll be dealing with younger children, and you need to have the energy, you need to have the strength, you need to have the enthusiasm every day going to work or looking forward to studying in this area. Because if you don't have the enthusiasm, I tell you, you're definitely going to give up. Because working with young children is hands-on, okay? This is one thing I used to say to my students. It's not, early childhood, it's hands-on, okay? You're dealing with younger children, you're going down to their level, there's a lot of things involved in it, and that's why I said you need to have enthusiasm. If you don't have enthusiasm, do not work in the area of early childhood or think of going for studying in the area of early childhood, okay? So the third point is you need to have patience and you need to be kind, okay? Like I said earlier, you're dealing with younger children from birth to 6 years, okay? You need a lot of patience because, the way you would expect to deal with young children from birth to 6 years will be different from the way you would deal with children from the age of 6 upwards. So it is really important. You need to have that patience, ability to be calm, ability to be kind as well. You need to be kind because you're dealing with younger children, and bear this in mind. Whatever you do, these children, they will be picking this up from you and they will want to emulate this. So that's why I said it's really important if you're thinking of working in the area of early childhood care and education or going for study in this area, you need to be patient, okay? You need to be calm and you need to be kind, okay? And one thing is, I would like to talk about the notion of people thinking that, okay, it is only women that can look after children. That's why you see most women going into the area of early childhood. This should not be so, and that was why I said you need to have passion for the subject. It should not just be because I think I'm a mother, I'll be good at looking after children. Okay, I think I've got what it takes. Okay, I have 3 children, I have 5 children, so I've reared my children, so I think the area of early childhood will be good for me. No, okay, so it is something you need to think before you go into it because it's a lot of hands-on, okay? And that's why I said you need to be patient, you need to be kind, and you need to be calm. And then you need to have passion for the subject, okay? If you don't have passion for early childhood, if you do not have passion for younger children, do not go for it, okay? So also, I would also like you to know, if you're thinking of studying in the area of early childhood, buckle up, okay, because you're going to be dealing with a lot of theorists in the area of early childhood care and education, okay? So it's similar to law. Okay, so if you're thinking of going for studies in the area of early childhood, you'll be dealing with lot of theorists like Skinner that talks about positive reinforcement. You'll be dealing with Vygotsky that talks about social interactions. The children are being influenced by their environment. You'll be talking about Bronfenbrenner talking about parental involvement, bringing the home and the school together. You'll be talking about Skinner, Montessori. So I would like you to know, if you're thinking of studying in the area of early childhood, you'll be dealing with a lot of theorists, okay? And not just dealing with a lot of theorists, you'll be applying what these theorists are talking about in relation to early childhood. You'll be applying this into real life, okay? So it's just a balance between theory and practical. And this is one thing I often say to people. People will look at it and say, oh, childcare, anybody can work in the area of childcare. I do say to people, most especially my students, whenever they come in, this subject is not just for everyone. And sometimes when I see my student coming, the first few weeks, and then when they know what they are into, they're like, oh, Florence, you're right. Early childhood, it's not for everyone. Especially when it comes to the aspect of the theorist, when they're dealing with, with theorists, they'll be like, oh, is this for them? So one thing I would like you to know is, if you're thinking of studying in the area of early childhood, or you're thinking of working in the area of early childhood, you'll be dealing with a lot of theorists. What are the theorists saying in relation to childhood and development, in relation to learning? And you'll be applying this into real life, okay? So when you're out there working with children, you'll be applying what the theorists are saying. And one thing I would like you to know is, if you're also thinking of working with young children, it is rewarding, okay? It is a really rewarding profession, because as time goes on, when you see these children, beyond your care, and you see them in primary school, in secondary school, in the university, it's a thing of joy for you that you were able to impact this children's life. And bear in mind, like I said, these are just children that are just, coming to experience life, and they're coming to you. They want you to build those experiences with them, and it is really important, okay? And also, if you're thinking of working in the area of early childhood, you need to bring your A game on in relation to communication skills, okay? You need to be able to communicate with children. You need to be able to communicate with parents. You need to be able to communicate with your co-worker as well, and be ready to work as a member of a team, okay? I know sometimes some people like to work on their own, some don't like to work as a member of a team. So if you're thinking of working in the area of early childhood or going for studies in the area of early childhood care and education, you need to be able to work as a member of a team, and your communication skills should be A game in relation to verbal communications and non-verbal communications. You'll be communicating with children, eye contact, getting down to their level, putting yourself as a child. It is really important that if you want to work in the area of early childhood, or you want to go for study in the area of early childhood care and education, you need to immerse yourself as a child. You need to imagine that you yourself, you're a child, that okay, this is how a child behaves. Because in the area of early childhood, there's going to be a lot of child-friendly things. You'll be acting up like a child, you'll be behaving like a child, and sometimes this might be strange to people because they don't understand where you're coming from. So it is really important. And if you're thinking of working in the area of early childhood care and education or going for study, you need to have empathy. Okay, you need to be able to put yourself in people's shoes. You need to be able to put yourself in a child's shoes. Like if a child is sad, you yourself, you have to feel the child's pain, that okay, why is this child sad? Okay, so one thing I'm just going to say to you, these are just a few tips. There is a lot of tips in relation to working in the area of early childhood or going for study in the area of early childhood. So it is really important that you think before you go into the area, and it's a really rewarding area. But it's just that if your personality doesn't match the area of early childhood care and education, it would be of no benefit. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and until I come your way next time, I still remain Early Years Matters TV. Take care of yourself, and bye.